What is up, guys? Frank the Tank here. As you can see on the screen, we are acquiring our new designated hitter, Chris Davis, left-handed power hitter from the Baltimore Orioles. One of the comments suggested this a couple videos ago to pick him up, and that's exactly what we did, so thank you for that suggestion. As you can see, we come into this game against the Athletics in the O.Co Coliseum with a 12-8 record on the year. Definitely playing pretty well, but in the last round of simming, I think we did drop like 4 games, which isn't ideal at this point. But we're 12-8. You know, we have a solid framework. Some of our players are producing very well, which is what we need at this point in the season. And there's our lineup on the screen. You can see Giancarlo standing out there with a .435 batting average. Definitely killing the ball. McCutchen batting .333. And today we're facing Jared Parker on the mound. He is 1-1 with a 2.0 ERA for the Athletics this year. Very good numbers through 4 starts. Got to watch his walks to strikeouts ratio. 13 walks is a good amount of walks for 4 starts, but he does have his strikeouts working for him as well. So jumping into the top of the first here, our leadoff batter D. Gordon, 287 on the year. Only 4 RBIs. 287 is a little low for him, but he does have 14 stolen bases, so when he does get on base, he is wreaking havoc on the base paths, and he's going to lead off here with a single to left field, and that ball is going to get away from Brett Gardner out there, but he's going to be able to recover before we can take second base. So we do have Gordon on first. He ends up stealing second. Manny Machado, our number 2 hitter and third baseman with an 0-2 count, is going to line this ball down to the third baseman. He will put that away for the first out of the inning. I thought that had a chance to get past Chase Headley, but we were not able to do so. Next batter, Andrew McCutchen here, top of the first. 0-0 count with D. Gordon still on second. He gets a high fastball, and he's going to belt that right back up the middle. Adam Jones in center field is going to pick that up and fire home, but the throw is off the mark. Wouldn't have been close anyway with D. Gordon's speed, and Andrew McCutchen is going to get credit for an RBI single to put us up 1-0. Next batter here, Giancarlo Stanton, our big gun with no 2 counts, going to pop this up. McCutchen taking off on the pitch. He's going to have to turn around and go back because Stanton skies this up, and Buster Posey's going to put that away for the Athletics. Next batter is first baseman Anthony Rizzo, our left-handed power hitter with a 2-2 count, 2 outs. Is going to get into this one pretty good, but it's going to be right to Howie Kendrick, and he's going to fire onto Joe Mauer for the out, and we will head to the bottom of the first here. Our pitcher for this day's game is Chris Sale, White Sox stud. Now on our team after that fantasy draft, he was one of our, prize starting pitchers. Okay numbers so far on the year. He is 2-1. But first here we will take a look at Oakland's lineup. We played Oakland in the last video. I didn't mean to play them in back-to-back videos, but that's just how it worked out. I did want to get a Chris Sale start on. They really don't have anyone lighting the world on fire there. Joe Mauer hitting .322 for them. But you can see here Chris Sale, 2-1 in 4 starts. That's not too bad. 4.81 ERA is way higher than we want to see from him at this point. But strikeouts 25 to 3 walks is excellent. Only surrendering 26 hits in 24 innings. Too high for him, but we will try to get through this and get him a good start. Howie Kendrick leading off for them is going to hit that one up the middle. Correa is going to make a beautiful spinning throw for the out. Number 1 here in the bottom of the first. Next batter, Joe Mauer, 0-2 count with 1 out. He's going to get that slider outside, and he will swing and miss at that 4-strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Chris Sale. Next batter is Buster Posey, hitting .257 on the year with 1 home run and 6 RBIs. Trying to lay this slider in low, and we're just going to catch too much of the plate for that. Posey's going to crush this ball deep right center field. As a chance, it is gone. I thought that ball was going to hit off the wall and stay in the park, but it just carries over that right center field wall for Buster Posey's 2nd home run on the year to tie this game at 1. Trying to keep Sale's ERA down is not working out for us so far early in this game. We're going to have to settle down. We're going to have to make better pitches. Try to stay out of the strike zone a little bit. We're catching way too much of the strike zone in our last couple games. And we're going to pay for it. Next batter, Adam Jones, a cleanup hitter for the Athletics, is going to get a pitch he likes again, catching way too much of the plate with that breaking ball, and he's going to put this into center field for the single. So we have 2 outs. 1 run already in for the Athletics already, and Adam Jones on first. Next batter, Jordy Mercer, is going to sky this ball to left field. Cespedes is circling, and he should have no problem with this. We'll put this away for the 3rd out in the bottom of the 1st. So after 1 here in Oakland, we are tied 1-1. McCutchen with that RBI single for us, and Buster Posey with the solo home run for the Athletics. Alright, we're jumping into the top of the 2nd here. Yoenis Cespedes up for us, 224, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs. I can't believe he's still a free agent in real life. You have to think there's a bunch of teams, you know, jumping at him right now. But for our circumstances, he is going to crush this ball deep left center field, and it is gone. Cespedes, returning to where he started his career in Oakland, is going to tattoo that first pitch of the inning from Jared Parker into the left field bleachers for a solo home run, his 3rd on the year, and that's going to give us a 2-1 lead here in the top of the 2nd. Definitely good to see Cespedes start coming around. His batting average is pretty low. We do want to see that up around the 275 to 280 mark. But yeah, like to see that from him. Up in the top of the 2nd, we have Carlos Correa, our young shortstop. Had that big home run in our last gameplay for us, and he is going to dial long distance once again, deep to left center field, and that ball was absolutely crushed for a solo home run for Correa, his 4th on the season. Now we have a 3-1 lead here in the top of the 2nd. Really nice to see Correa's bat coming around. Some unexpected power that we usually don't expect to see from him. But we're definitely not going to complain about it. You know, he's getting some good pitches to hit, and the biggest thing for him is jumping on those pitches early in the count. So we're going to keep doing that with him, and hopefully we can keep those numbers up to where they are now. Bottom of the 2nd here, Jeremy Hermedia up and Jeremy Hermedia out. 2-seam fastball on the outside of the plate. Cannot get around on that. And we're going to jump here to the bottom of the 3rd. Howie Kendrick batting here for the Athletics. He's going to take this 0-1 pitch, and he's going to drive it to deep right center field. And this ball was just going to have enough to get up over the scoreboard for a solo home run. This is the Achilles heel for Chris Sale right now, catching way too much of the plate with those off-speed pitches. Posey made him pay in the bottom of the 1st, and now Kendrick makes him pay in the bottom of the 3rd. That's his 1st home run of the year, cutting our lead 3-2. Joe Mauer batting next, and he's going to take that 0-2 fastball, swing right through it for his 2nd strikeout of the game. Chris Sale's 3rd strikeout of the game. 2 batters later, we have Adam Jones with a 2-2 pitch. He's going to look at that slider. Beautiful spot there by Chris Sale. We didn't hang that one, and when you have that slider like that, it can be absolutely devastating. So here we have a rough situation with Chase Headley at the plate, bottom of the 3rd, bases loaded, 1-2 count. He's going to crush this ball to right field, and Stanton's going to get back on the track and make a beautiful play on that to leave the bases loaded. Top of the 4th here, our new acquisition, Chris Davis, in his 2nd at bat. He grounded out the first time up, and he is going to launch this ball deep right center field, and that one gets out in a hurry. A 2-run home run for Chris Davis. Going to take our lead to 5-2. His 6th home run on the season, 1st in the Los Angeles Angels uniform, and you know, exactly what we want to see. That's a tremendous pickup. We got him very cheap, as you guys could see on the screen before. You know, we gave up, I'm trying to remember if we gave up Brandon Belt or not, but we didn't give up too much for him. I know the player to send that deal over the top was Jeff Francoeur, and he was just rotting away in our minor league system, so definitely good for us to make that deal. As we see here in the bottom of the 4th, Joe Mauer strikes out for the 3rd time. That is the 5th strikeout there for Chris Sale. He's definitely starting to get locked in here today. Bottom of the 5th, 5-2 lead. Still Brett Gardner at the plate with a 3-1 count. He's going to hit a sharp liner to center field. McCutchen's going to run in a lot. He's going to make the catch. He's going to fire home, and the throw is way off the mark. Jordy Mercer is going to come in to score, and that's going to go down as a sacrifice fly for Brett Gardner. Top of the 6th, Chris Davis up again. No on, 1 out, and he's going to crush this ball deep to left center field, and this one is gone. 2nd home run of the game for Chris Davis, an absolute moonshot. Salvador Perez comes around to score. That's Davis' 2nd home run of the game, his 7th on the year, and we jump out to a commanding 7-3 lead. So definitely up to our bullpen to hold this lead for us, as Chris Sale's pitch count is getting a little higher. So with a 4-run lead, we're definitely not gonna push him farther than we have to. But nice to see from Chris Davis. We have Tony Watson here in the bottom of the ninth. Since it's not a save situation, he's gonna strike out Kelly Johnson looking there. Next batter will be Howie Kendrick. He will get on base, and Joe Mauer up after him. 0-1 count, and Mauer's gonna get into one deep right field. That ball is gone. Tony Watson hung that breaking pitch there, and Joe Mauer makes him pay for it. A 2-run homer for Mauer, his third on the season. Howie Kendrick comes around to score. It's now a 7-5 ball game, so we had a commanding 4-run lead coming into the bottom of the ninth. A nice strikeout of Kelly Johnson for Tony Watson, but then he just starts to crumble. Gives up a 2-run shot there, and now we have to turn to our closer, Aroldis Chapman. In 4 games, he only has 1 save, but he does have a 2.25 ERA and 5 strikeouts. So with 1 out, he comes on to try to get the save. Buster Posey is going to go 3 unassisted there to Anthony Rizzo for the 2nd out of the inning. And 1 batter later, Adam Jones, their cleanup hitter, is going to ground this one over to second base. D. Gordon up and on to Anthony Rizzo for the 3rd out of the bottom of the ninth. And we are able to secure the victory here, 7-5 in Oakland. We move to 13-8 on the season. I think we are 2nd in the American League Western Division right now. A lot of season left. We are still in April, I believe. So our winning pitchers, Chris Sale, he goes to 3-1. He goes 6 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, 7 strikeouts. Aroldis Chapman gets the save for us, his 2nd on the year. Jared Parker is going to take that loss, moving him to 1-2 on the year for the Athletics. Some offensive highlights: Yoenis Cespedes, that solo home run that we saw in the 2nd inning, as well as Carlos Correa's home run in the 2nd inning. Manny Machado was 3 for 5 on the day, and our new acquisition and our player of the game, Chris Davis, 3 for 4 on the day, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Definitely going to be a dangerous designated hitter for us. Might see some time at first to give Rizzo some breaks every now and then, and he could also play corner outfield, so definitely a nice versatile pickup. And I believe 3rd base as well. I think he can play 3rd base a little bit. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Please like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are new. I appreciate you guys checking in. Let me know how you think we're doing in the comments section. Any suggestions, I'm always open to them. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.